How's it going, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Atlas Media. I'm here with the Pastel Rapper, and we're at Social Club Records today. We're gonna be getting to know him a little bit more, diving into some of his latest releases, and overall just hanging out. How you feeling?
I'm lit. I actually can't wait. I love vinyls, I love records. This is gonna be dope.
Oh yeah, let's get into it, man.
Hell yeah.
All right. You know, we got some records here, and I want you to pick some. Anything that catches your eye here?
Yeah, listen, honestly, a lot of inspiration. There's a ton of excellent picks that I could come and say. Probably Doomsday. Biggest inspiration right here. Rest in peace to Matt Villain.
What about this record? Like, why does it matter to you so much in particular?
This record, because of the fact that it kind of introduced real creativity and not just like brand building, but lyricism in a way that I don't think ever could be replicated. So, and I come from straight rap, hip hop, that's my background. So for me, this is everything. I have a Keys to Cuffs vinyl at the crib. To have Doomsday right here is crazy. That's crazy.
Who were you listening to, like, growing up, you know what I mean? When you first started getting introduced to music and you started making your own music, who was, like, on record?
Right, Eminem, I was listening to Kendrick Lamar, I was listening to Wu-Tang, a lot of rap, hip hop. I mean, my household was just straight like that. I didn't really get introduced into R&B until like a little bit later in my life. Oh my goodness.
Tell me about this.
Oh my God. The reason why this woman right here is so special to me is because her versatility is absolutely unmatched. Absolutely unmatched. She changed the game. She changed hip hop. She changed the music. She changed what it means to be a woman in music.
We're gonna be talking about it a little bit later, but you say like you started off with the rap and then later introduced kind of more R&B elements to it.
Emergent hip hop and R&B for me came naturally because I listened to both genres religiously, but I love the alternative side of music. If I'm listening to R&B, like I like to listen to Smino because he's like a great balance between R&B and lyricism. He does it flawlessly and it comes out every single time, every mix, every song, every lyric. You can feel every emotion he's selling. Like I look up to people like that.
Yeah, some actually, CDs over here as well. I don't know. Change things up.
Actually, take a look at.
Let's take a gander at the CDs.
Let's take a look at some CDs.
Once again, shout out Social Club Records, beautiful space. As you can see, like they're inviting, opening collaborations. If you're in New Jersey, Social Club Records, this is the spot.
In forever, I'm sorry, is this Outkast? Yo, Outkast CD is bananas. Nah, this is crazy. Holy shit, dude, I feel like.
Does that bring you back?
Yeah, bro.
What's going through your mind right now when you look at this record?
Bro, first of all, I'm Gen Z, so like to hold the CD right now is like Outkast. Okay, Andre 3000 is one of my favorite lyricists. Period. Definitely the most versatile when it comes to like music. His talent is superseding anything I think he's ever even done. I think now, if he were to get back in the game, and I know his heart's not in like lyricism and right now, if he were to get back in the game, I want to hear his conversation. Like I want to hear what he has to say on a record in 2026. Like that's what I want to hear from him. Like just anything. It could be something poetic. It could be just his outlook on life, or after he got to a point. Like I want to hear how his life is going now in a lyrical sense. I gotta talk about Tyler, bro. Like,
of course.
You can't. There's no Pastel Rapper interview talking about like influences and inspirations without mentioning Tyler. Specifically, Call Me If You Get Lost is my favorite project. I wasn't a huge fan of Igor, I'm gonna say it. I know that's probably like, I'm probably gonna burn in hell for that, but like, I just wasn't a huge fan of Igor. I think Chromacopia was a beautiful project production-wise. Call Me If You Get Lost is my like, Tyler, you're here for me.
What about, what's the main difference between these two that makes this one stand out?
This is freedom. Like, this is, everything he does is freedom of expression. This is freedom of lifestyle. This is like, I was a fan of Tyler since Bastard. And like, to see him do something like this, at his, like where he's at right now, and him, you know what, it's expressing like this toxic love, and I feel like Shordini is definitely inspired by Call Me If You Get Lost, because that's exactly what he was talking about. I absolutely, I love what he did with this project. I absolutely love it so much.
Are you ready to sit down and have a chat about
Shordini
and everything you got?
Let's talk about it.
Let's get it.
I'm with it.
So we're here to talk about Shordini and the Shordini world. What world were you trying to build with Shordini?
I would say I'm used to building worlds with creatives and artists and entrepreneurs. And Shordini for me is for everybody, the average person. It's definitely a symbol of like nightlife. I think it soundtracks nightlife. The world really represents, recklessness, definitely represents impulsiveness, a lot of fun, but towards the end of the album, you start getting that clarity and it brings you back to reality. So I guess the world that I'm building is really just people that consist of that youthful energy.
What kind of emotions sit at the center of this album?
None but confidence, and at the end there's a little bit of regret, but not regret on the time that you had, more so just like, maybe I shouldn't take this person that serious. You know what I'm saying? It kind of turned into a reality check towards the end of the album.
And at what point within the track list does fun start to turn to attachment?
Definitely towards the end. I would say the song "What Did You Need Me For" is probably the best example of that, because it's literally about like, we had all this fun, we had a good time. The album takes place, like, in my mind, these two people kind of on this date at a carnival. That's like my whole vibe, and that's what the whole project sounds like.
Carnival.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Towards the end of that date, it's kind of like we had all this fun, maybe we hooked up, whatever the case was, but then it's like, why am I really doing this? You know what I mean? The high kind of comes down. Like, you know what I'm saying?
So with the music, and with that being said, what do you think this track and album does for that person? Is it to make them snap out of it? Is it to make them understand what they're doing? Like, what's...
I would say acknowledging what that relationship is, giving it a definition. When I came up with the word, I was like,
I was gonna say, tell me about the Shordini. I don't think I've ever heard of that
it's never been said. So I was joking around with a homie of mine, and he was telling me about this girl that he was fucking with. So I was just like, well, like, you taking it serious? Like, are y'all like locking it in?
Yeah.
And he was like, nah, we're kind of just, we're mutually not really taking it serious, but we have a really good time together. I was like, so that's not just Shorty, bro. That's just Shordini, bro. That's just Shordini. And it was a joke, you feel me? And I'm an engineer, so I had a session with this 16-year-old kid. And he was like, dude, I really like your brand because it reminds me to like have fun, and I like your content, it's really colorful. He was like, dude, and I say Shordini with my friends all the time. I was like, there's no way.
You're passing it on to the generation.
I was like, there's no way. So I looked it up, and when I looked up Shordini on any platform, it's all the Pastel Rapper, the Pastel Rapper, the Pastel Rapper.
Test it right now. Look up Shordini.
Look it up. Look at Google right now. Look up Shordini on Google right now. The only thing you see is the Pastel Rapper. It's like, it's crazy. So I thought like Drake would have said that a minute ago or so. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just some crazy shit.
That's incredible. So you're a guy that has, you were born in Jersey, or?
I was born in Virginia.
You were born in Virginia.
Norfolk, Virginia.
You were raised here? Like, what's your ties to New Jersey?
So my pops was in the Navy. So up until I was around 12, we were just moving around, but my entire family was from Jersey, between Newark, Irvington, Montclair, even Verona. It was kind of weird because as a kid, I never really had like childhood friends because we were all just like moving around. So I didn't grow up in one place until my dad, when he got out of the Navy. I was up here and I went to Verona High School and middle school, but I was living in Irvington. You feel me? But like my mom, my dad, he's not gonna go to Irvington school. And then my dad's like, nah, it'll make him strong. You go to Irvington. And then my mom was like, absolutely not. She won. So I can't.
So you got Verona and everything was quite contrast.
Entirely. Entirely.
So
bro.
with that being said, so what does Jersey mean to the way that you create music?
Dude, Jersey is such a beautiful land of creativity and nothing but legends. Like, we birth legends, and I feel like the world forgets that sometimes. They try really hard to, but I feel like every time like the world kind of starts forgetting how crazy Jersey is, Uzi samples like a Jersey club beat, and then you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like Jersey is everything.
Yeah, I feel like people don't like rap Jersey, but they like to use our shit.
A lot. No, they steal everything that comes from Jersey. And the thing is too, the way that I'm doing it, building the community here, I feel like is in a classy way because I don't think that any other state is lesser. That's the thing. I don't believe in that, right? Because that's why we're not able to do collaborations outside of here without certain stigmas and stereotypes. I feel like we should be able to collaborate with any state, any artist from any state, or any creative, or whatever the case may be, without having to make it be like I could put my flavor in something and somebody else could put their flavor in something and we can make a banger.
You know, you grow up kind of moving on your own, not really having necessarily like those core friends. Why build a community? Why are you building a community? Why do you do what you do right now?
My family's full of nothing but entrepreneurs. Almost everybody in my family own a business. So for me, I feel like I learned the balance between having loving relationships that could seem a little transactional, but also having those relationships and being there for somebody. And I found the power in that. Building a community, for me, was way, way better of an idea because I get the enjoyment from building things with the people around me that I care about, and also people that I'm just simply interested in their work more than just like, I'm gonna thug it out. Because the thing is, everybody around here, I feel like, tries that. Like, let me just do it on my own. I could do this, I could do that. But it's like, it stunts our growth, I feel like, as a people, like collectively. Like, I feel like if Jersey had that mentality, we'd be the biggest state in terms of every genre, every single genre. Like,
is this like about legacy? Is this about fun? Is it about responsibility, or is it like a little bit of everything?
This is way bigger than me. I'm definitely pushing a movement right now, and Shordini, I feel like, is the start to that. The rollout to Shordini is where the community building comes, right? Shordini itself is simply like the emotion it's selling. I feel like it'll give the energy for people to be able to have a good time while building community. And that's the balance, you feel me?
That's awesome, brother, yeah. And you know, just before we wrap things up, I think let's talk about direction, future. What's out there? What can we be excited for?
Yeah, so we have a few events lined up. If you look up 20titans.com, you'll see something called the Pastel Palette. And what that is a roadmap to every event that we have going on and every drop that the Pastel Rapper is doing from now at least until June. And I have been talking about it, so I'm actually at liberty to say that in June 27th, I'm gonna be throwing a carnival event and it's gonna be fire. And if I don't have a Ferris wheel in that carnival, I'm gonna be upset. So I'm trying to figure that out right now. And yeah, it's really dope.
That was lovely. It was really good to get to know you. I mean, we did the interview in the past, but I feel like this is much more of an upgrade.
Yeah.
We're further along. We got a lot of things going on. But if you enjoyed, like it. If you didn't, dislike it. You know what I'm saying? Give me some feedback. It is what it is. Check out the music and more. Anything else you want to say?
Shordini, and Shordini. Also Shordini, I think. That works.
Perfect. Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Well, one last thing.
Shordini.
Goodbye.
Absolutely, bro.